Hello YouTube, Marinus Tau of the Ryokai here, and I wanted to give you a quick review about the T.E.C. Loyalist Titan, the Anklyon class from Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. Like all Titans, you first need to research the four prototypes in the military tech tree, and then the Titans themselves need 2 capital ship crews and 150 supply, as well as 9,500 credits, 1,200 metal and 750 crystal, and need a total of 321 to 409 seconds to build. I think the T.E.C. Loyalist Titan takes the longest, but I might just be mistaking things right now. So the Anklyon class is kind of like a mobile fortress. If we look at the ship here, we've got the center section and then almost double that in armor around it. And all of the Anklyon's weapons are based on these 2 outer pylons, meaning it fights broadside on. So best idea to do with this ship is just to put it into the middle of the enemy fleet and let it blast away in all directions. Like all Titans, it has 7 abilities. The bottom 3 it shares with all. Fortified superstructure, similar to star bases, it just improves hull restore rate, shield restore rate, and increases the armor of the Titan. The second ability is superior gunnery, which increases the overall weapon damage. But I think on Titans this ability is wasted because you could use the points in the other abilities much better, and it deals enough damage. Here this is level 1 and it only deals 42 damage without any of the research, but trust me, level 10 Titan will deal enough damage, and especially Anklyon class is designed to fight with a fleet, and so you don't really need your Titan to deal the damage, you need your fleet to deal the damage. And lastly, Antimatter Funneling I think is one of the most important abilities for the Titans. It increases their max antimatter points and their antimatter restore rate, but most of all it decreases the ability cooldown rate, or decreases the cooldown. And especially on level 4 of the Antimatter Funneling, it decreases that cooldown by 25%, meaning you need 25% less time for each abilities. I mean, with Titans, especially with their awesome abilities, I think that is a must. For the other abilities of the Anklyon, we've got the Disruption Matrix, which is a shockwave around the ship that disables all abilities on all ships and structures except Titans, and deals 40 damage per second for 5 seconds on level 1. I think it's 60 damage per second, and for 11 seconds on level 4. And I think this is one of the best abilities of the Anklyon. So it cripples all enemy abilities and deals a good amount of damage at the same time. The next one, Furious Defense, gives the Anklyon quite a good hull repair per second and increases the damage output by quite a bit. But this is one of the abilities I don't really use with the Anklyon, since you would only really need it if you're going head to head with another Titan, and most of the time the Anklyon will not be doing that. It will have a fleet around it, and it's, I think, a lot more useful if the Anklyon supports the fleet around it than itself, because usually you have a huge support of robotics cruisers around the Anklyon that should be repairing it, and so its shields will usually keep it alive long enough, especially if you use the fortified superstructure. Next ability, Group Shield, on level 1 doesn't look that great with only 18% damage reduction, but on level 4 that damage reduction is 82%. If you think about it, that means your fleet will take 82% less damage, basically doubling its life almost. And I think this is one of the best abilities of the Anklyon, and especially coupled with its level 6 ability, Inspire and Impair. On level 1 it means gravity well wide. All friendly ships have a 50% decreased weapon cooldown rate, and enemy ships will have a 50% increased cooldown rate, which sounds quite good already. But level 2 it will be increased to a 75% increased cooldown rate for your ships and a 100% decreased cooldown rate for your enemy ships, basically meaning your ships will shoot 2.7 times as fast as all enemy ships. That coupled with Group Shield decreasing the damage taken by 82% will make your fleet basically unstoppable, as the other fleet can barely shoot back and will barely deal any damage. My personal loadout for the Anklyon would be 4 in Disruption Matrix, maybe 1 in Furious Defense just in case, 4 in Group Shield, 2 in Inspire and Impair, 4 in Fortified Superstructure, possibly 1 Superior Gunnery, and 4 in Antimatter Funneling. And at level 10 you get 20 points to spend. And so I'm gonna show you a bit. Combat.
I'll never fail.
Speed it up a bit.
Ready to move out. Diverting power to jump engines. Phase jump complete.
Good. Oops. The Anklyon has beam weapons, a lot of laser towers, and missiles, as well as flak batteries. Which I really like about the Titans, that they can defend themselves against fighters as well. As we see, it fights primarily broadside on, so if you put it in the middle of a fleet, it can fire in both directions and bring most of its weapons to bear. Well, I hope that gave you a rough idea of the Anklyon T.E.C. Loyalist Titan, and subscribe for more videos of more Titans and general info about the new factions and Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion.